clocks have sprung forward, and it's time for our second installment of the nastiest segment in all sports. Got a couple bad boys out here trying to figure out.
Stop being Can we just
Now remember, this is not a power ranking or a PER list. It's a rich tapestry of historical precedents, current performance, and aura.
It's not aura.
So without further ado,
toughness.
it's time for a tough segment, okay? All right? Get some wrenches. Work at the docks.
Buddy, are you doing a stand-up bit?
I like this segment. I used to like this segment. Had butterflies in it. It's got green grass. And you're like, no, man, we got to make it nasty.
I didn't say...
Nasty boys.
Again, I didn't say any of that. I just said that this week's edition, you're going to see some guys who have slipped down the hill. You're going to see some guys who were penalized for their performances this week. That doesn't strike me as overtly friendly, but regardless, here's the top 28 players in the league as of right now. 7th row first, please. A lot of show favorites had to slip. Devin Booker, listen, Durant's playing really well. Booker's playing fine. The team is still, what are they?
It's amazing. They just can't.
Mid.
Oh, they're mid.
They're mid.
They definitely
and
mid.
so you can't have two guys as high as they were, so he drops. Your guy, Şengün.
What do you do wrong?
He didn't really do anything wrong, but you're going to see we had to elevate some other guys who are really coming on strong.
Okay.
Garland and Fox dropped. Evan Mobley moved up because his team never loses. I actually think there is a stronger argument at this moment for him as their second best player than there is for Garland as their second best player. I know Brew agrees with me on that. All right, 6th row. These are guys right inside the top 20, most of them. Kevin Durant stays where he is, and then a bunch of guys who rose a lot. Harden's been excellent, man. He had a 50-point game this week. He's been the best player on that team. They've been pretty consistent. Jimmy, they just don't look like he has been the difference. Steph is playing at obviously an elevated level. Some of that Jimmy gets credit for. Ja, that ferocious missed dunk made me more of a believer in the Grizzlies' chances of actually being a spoiler than almost anything that's happened this year, Brew, because they need that version of Ja, flatly.
Which is their best player. I mean, I know you're going to have Triple J,
Yes.
but Ja should be
He
their best.
needs to be their best player. Triple J has been their best player, but for them to make some noise, Ja has to be the best player.
Agreed.
Jalen Williams, again, he's the Robin for the league's right now best team, or I guess you could argue second best team. I think from net rating, the record's close enough. Oklahoma State's probably the best team. And Jamal Murray, second best player for a team that looks super dangerous. And Jamal Murray also had a really nice week, as the Nuggets did as well. Now we get to the top 15. 4th row. Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Triple J, and AD all stay where they are. We could have dropped Cat down. Cat obviously had a tough personal week and a tough week from how he played against the Lakers. We're going to leave him where he is. And Jaylen Brown moves up. Jaylen Brown moves up because I thought his performance in that Laker game was spectacular on both ends of the court. He was really good again last night, obviously, even though it was just against Utah. And now,
what's AD doing there?
well, so I'm not sure what AD's. The rule is, if you're out for the season with an injury, you're off. If he's coming back when he's played, he's played like a top 10 player. Certainly deserves to be in the top 15. Feels weird to have him off. It also feels weird to have him on the same level as Şengün. So we could, argue about the mountain rules of it. But I'm like, all right, now to your top 10. Fair's fair. LeBron's got to drop.
Wow.
Listen, because just like AD dropped, he was hurt. LeBron, he had been playing great, but also was holy. This guy's only missed 4 games.
Right.
Well, now he's going to miss 2 or 3 weeks probably. He's got to drop. I wanted to move Steph up. It felt like Steph deserved to move up, but then you're going to see the guys who are ahead. I'm not sure who we're moving Steph in front of. Ant stays where he is, and Cade Cunningham. Listen, the Pistons are going to be a pain in the butt in round 1 for somebody, and it'll probably be for the Knicks. is who they're going to be facing in round one. But
that'd be a nightmare. if the Knicks
got clipped by them. All right, and now to the top 6. Giannis had to drop not because of anything he did. In fact, I mean, Giannis is averaging 31, 12, and 5 since the last King of the Hill. But the team's 2-2, and it's more about what someone else did. Donovan's got to move up because that team's going to win 68 games. He's clearly their best player. And I do think this is an example of one of Wild's favorite things, which is a guy who, in service of winning, is not so worried about his personal numbers. So I don't want to ding him.
If he has to.
Right. And Luka, I'm not comfortable dropping Luka further than where he is. I bet there's going to be an argument for that, maybe here in a few minutes. But there is a change. We should go to level 2.
Wow.
Tatum takes Giannis' spot for this week. I thought Tatum's game against the Lakers. I thought Tatum, I thought the way he has played, how dangerous the Celtics look when he's rolling, his two-way performances, and this week, averaging 38, 9, and 5 for the week. Again, it's only 2 games that he played. That gets you moved up, and Shea obviously has continued to be brilliant. He's going to win the scoring title, and then staying atop is the best player in the league, who had another awesome week, and even though another awesome week, the 30-20-20, obviously you can't move him higher than where he is, Nikola Jokic. So there is, Brew, this week's King of the Hill.
First of all, good on you. Props for moving up Jayson Tatum.
Well, you know what I thought about something, Brew? Because I was wrong about Tatum coming into the league. I think I had him as the 5th best player in his draft class. Now I think I know because people send me my tweet about it about 3 times a week. But I also thought maybe I have been subconsciously biased a bit against Tatum because I'm around Wilds and he's such an adamant anti-Tatum guy. And so I thought your walk-in this week of Jayson Tatum needs a guy, and that maybe it could be you've really pushed me to open my eyes to some Tatum stuff. So I applaud you.
Yeah, just for unbiased, analysis, I think that's good. Now look, real talk. I would put switch Giannis and Tatum.
Okay.
I'm just saying, he's great, but but I know you've kind of been down on him, so this shows that you're.
Yeah, and Tatum had a better week.
Right.
Again, this stuff is fluid. It's a rich tapestry.
But we disagree on something else too. I'm moving Donovan down. Oh. All right. Now I get it. The Cavs are rolling, right? But they are, and he's great. He is definitely their best player. There's no doubt about that. But they have gotten better by him shooting less and scoring less, which has enabled Mobley and Darius to be a bigger part of the offense. They're a team. And again, he is their best player, but they are a team, and they are winning because of team basketball. Their depth is great. Obviously, they play good defense, too. And he's also been in a slump, and they keep rolling. So it's this week or these last 4 games, they're 4-0. We know they keep winning.
23, 5, and 4.
Yeah, but he's shooting 37% from the floor and 20% from 3. And on top of that, you said he steps up when he has to. He's been great against Boston, 35 points a game. OKC, not so much. All right, against OKC in 2 games, obviously, he's shooting 19%. He was 3 for 15 and I think 3 for 16. He's averaging less than 10 points a game against Oklahoma. Remember the big matchup about a month ago and he didn't show up. Milwaukee this week, 4 for 15. There have been a few of these big games where he has not shown up. So he's still great. He's still a superstar. He's their best player. But I would put LeBron, Steph, and Anthony Edwards ahead of Donovan.
Listen, it's a fair point. I felt because you are correct that this was an odd week for me to move him up because he didn't have some monster week. But I do think he is clearly their best player, and they have been a juggernaut for, the entirety of this NBA season. So it felt kind of odd, but Anthony Edwards is better, even though I do. Do I think Anthony Edwards is better than Donovan Mitchell? I do. Do I think Donovan Mitchell deserves credit for the season his team is having? I do as well. Go ahead, Kato.
Yeah, they're going for 15 straight wins.
Yeah, I mean, right.
That's good. For the 2nd time in a row.
The 20% from Trey didn't sell you?
I don't care about percentages. I care about W's. Jaylen Brown. I'm moving him up. How high?
Higher?
Yeah.
Wow, how high?
Well, you could take LeBron's spot if you ask me. You could take Luka's spot if you want to know. First, Saturday night, I put a lot of stock in Saturday night's game. And I came on here, I was like, hey, I'd like to see the two superstars that the Celtics have outplay the two superstars that the Lakers have. And you guys were like, oh, hit the brakes, Wilds. They don't need to do that. That's a hill too high to climb. I'm like, I'm just saying it would be interesting if it happened. And then it did happen.
Which is why I moved one up and moved one down.
Well,
but you
going
can't
even higher.
Well, that.
What?
So
I know he's got a history.
No, I mean these teams have played twice.
Yeah.
So the first time they played, I don't remember what Jalen's numbers were, but like Tatum was 16, 5, and 6 in that game when it was Lakers Celtics. That was not, and in and of itself, hands down, there it is. Anthony Davis and LeBron are better than Jayson Tatum.
A little bit. I mean, you got to figure out how to do the mountain. Like Mahomes Mountain, we're moving everybody all around. You throw some interceptions, you move.
Yeah, and that's
if you go head to head with LeBron and outplay him and guard Luka and force him into 5
you move
turnovers,
up and LeBron
you get to
moves
move
down.
up even higher.
Right, but LeBron.
And I know it's brand new, but the guy, when he goes into his locker, you know he's got there? A Finals MVP. So we're talking about historical precedent. Like, hey, I'm the Finals MVP. When it matters the most, I played the best.
But okay, do you think Jaylen Brown's better than Steph Curry?
I don't know how King of the Mountain works. Are we just doing power rankings?
No, I
don't know. Are we doing power rankings? I don't know.
No.
If
you're going to bring up something that happened last season, the Finals MVP.
You're talking about if you're going to talk about LeBron's whole career.
No,
I'll go get a Hoop magazine and just take a picture of it.
I didn't say a thing. When did I bring up LeBron's career?
You were talking about Hoop magazine.
I know. I brought up the Celtics-Lakers game this season.
Ancient history.
Okay,
was Luka even on the team?
What? No.
No, he wasn't.
Exactly. Was Anthony Davis on the team?
Where do you want? Put the mountain back up.
Instead of LeBron.
Where do you?
LeBron.
Okay, so you just
want him and LeBron to switch places.
Yeah. Here's what Jaylen Brown had yesterday: 26, 8, and 7. Here's what LeBron had: 0.
Okay, what did Tatum have yesterday?
0. He rested.
Oh, so that's
he could have gone if he wanted. He's like, Sam Hauser, why don't you get yours? Sam Hauser, sure, I'd love the opportunity. I scored 33 points for you, Jason, as you cheered me on.
Okay, all right.
You seen these highlights Deuce is putting?
So here's the thing, America.
I got one more defensive graph.
You got more?
Because you know what Bruce says? It's not. It's a lot of it's about can do. It's about want to too.
There you go.
And he wants to defend.
Why? Where's Luka on this? Who he shut down? Why is Luka on this?
Put it on there, Josh. Why didn't we put it on there?
Because Luka actually lit him up.
5 turnovers.
No.
You know what Luka's plus minus that game was? Minus 19. That's true.
So why is he not on this graphic? Well, I'm sure when he was guarded by Jaylen Brown.
I'm not in charge of the graphics, man. I'm in charge of the comedy and the handsome.
Roll a commercial. Just go. I'm not arguing about this anymore. Roll a commercial.
Oh, and there you go.
It's the last time we'll see the butterfly.
A nasty segment comes to us.
It's gonna be bees and wasps.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
That'd be good.
Bees and wasps.
I like
you want that?
Yeah.
Spiders,
That works.
wasps,
Not
bees.
spiders, bees and wasps.
Spiders.
Little
Scorpions.
little electric guitar.
Bring in the bees.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.